Hi, honey. We are at our first infertility appointment and we are about to do an ultrasound to check everything out. So let the fun begin. Woo! We just finished our first meeting with the fertility specialist. I got an ultrasound done and I'm going to get a bunch of blood work done right now and all that fun stuff. Today's video is just really high quality video right here. You should see our contraption right now, holding this phone. It's literally sitting on a toy balanced on like a decor basket.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's also really late.
It is.
So.
It is 11:15 late.
That's not that late, but
It is. So
this is Howie.
Hi, Howie. So we met with the specialist and he just looked more in depth. We did an ultrasound. He took a ton of blood work, like 7 vials of blood from me. He took some from Marcus. I don't know how many. I wasn't there for him. 2. And yeah, then we talked for a whole lot of time, made a game plan.
He showed us a diagram.
He showed us a few diagrams. I don't know, honestly, like it wasn't quite the answer I was hoping for, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positives that came out of it. Said that
I'm not sure I see the positives, so I'm glad that he does.
So she's got a lot of follicles.
Tons. But so what he was saying is, let me give you a biology lesson.
She has so many follicles in each ovary.
Which is really common, he said, for PCOS.
Yeah, so each month, one of them kind of becomes the dominant one and then turns into the egg. Well, because there's so many, none of them step up to be the dominant one. So they just kind of chill there.
There's our biology lesson by Marcus. No, but so I have tons and tons of follicles, but the problem is I don't ovulate. So they just sit there, and then I have a million and a million. So it's great that they're there, but the problem we're struggling with is getting me to ovulate. So he's having me do another round of Femara, but this time it's a lot different of a game plan. So I started that last night, and then I go in for an ultrasound at day 10. And yeah, day 10-ish. It's actually day 12 because he wanted. It's actually day 12 because he wanted to wait a little bit longer to see if maybe I ovulate a little later.
So
Howie's being so whiny.
He said with this ultrasound that he's able to look to see if the follicles or whatever are actually reacting to the medicine. Mm-hmm. So he told us how
there was like a whole biology lesson,
but
we're gonna leave that to him.
Basically, he said that he's gonna look to see if it's reacting. If it's reacting, that's a good thing. He can also, with that, see if she's going to ovulate.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I have the ultrasound next week on Thursday. And he'll look at that, and then if I am ovulating, actually, so from what I spoke to the nurse today because I was a little confused because I had to, or the pharmacy called, because you have to have things like overnighted to you because they're not super common drugs. So the pharmacy called me, and so I have to get a trigger shot, and I'll do that no matter what, they said. Even if I don't ovulate, they said they'll do it because they're going to try it, like they're hoping that will just make me ovulate. So we'll do that see what's happening, do the trigger shot, and then go from there and get another ultrasound after that. So that's how that's going down. But if I don't ovulate, and I think this is where I'm having a hard time, because I'm kind of like, and this is what I was telling the nurse today when I was talking to her on the phone, and I'm like, why am I even buying this trigger shot? I mean, I kid you not, we spent a fortune on just these things so far, like the appointment, because insurance doesn't cover anything infertility wise. So from before, I thought that insurance covered 50% of it, but so I found out it covers 50% of some, but it only covers up to like diagnoses, diagnostics.
No.
Covers like
if it comes down to like
our
IVF
trigger shot,
or
IUI,
anything like
IVF,
that.
like it doesn't cover any of that, so that's what we're doing. So we're kind of screwed. So yeah, we already spent a fortune at just the appointment, and
This is Doc. Say hi.
oh my gosh. So we had already spent a fortune at this appointment, and then I'm going, and then I get the call from the pharmacy, and they're like, "Hi, we need you to pay for this so we can overnight it to you," and that was a lot of money. And I was pretty much in tears, and I'm feeling discouraged, I think, because I'm like, why am I spending all this money on this? I guess I'm feeling discouraged, I think, because I'm over here and we're spending all this money on stuff, and my problem is, like, these drugs have never worked before for me. We've been doing them for a long time. We did them for a long time with Blake, and so I think that's where I'm having a really hard time, because I'm like, great, these aren't going to work, and I just spent a lot. Now what?
What's the point in spending it if it hasn't worked before?
Yeah. So I know they know what they're doing, and that's not even like I'm not questioning them. I think I'm feeling frustrated with my body because it's just irritating to have to do it over. But I get where they're coming from, and they can just see and pinpoint things a lot differently. So I need to be hopeful, but so here's where the bad news came in, because I'm like, the appointment didn't go like as I wanted it to. And I think it's because, honestly, like, I went in thinking, okay, great, we'll go in and they're going to be like, let's do IUI or something like that, to that point, where it would be easy and we'd do that treatment. And it's expensive, but it's more of like one we could like maybe afford. So I went in thinking we were going to do that, and he was like, no.
Well, he basically said there's no point in doing IUI if there's nothing wrong with my portion of the baby making process.
So it's all me. It's all my body. So I think that was discouraging for me, because he's like, we're going to do this one more round, and if that doesn't work, then we have to do IVF. Which is we can't afford that, and that's really stressful for me. I
mean, I could buy a new Mustang with that.
And I think that's where I'm getting discouraged, and I'm like, we were trying to jump the gun on this early so that we could kind of tackle it and hopefully not have any problems. Well, obviously I knew I was going to have problems, but, get pregnant in a fair amount of time to where there was a good age gap between Blake and her sibling. And now it's kind of just getting discouraging, because I'm like, okay, great, we're going to do this, and my mindset is like fail right now. And maybe it's not gonna be a fail, and I'm trying to be hopeful, but right now my mindset's like, it's gonna fail, like this month's gonna suck and it's gonna be stupid. And then we're like, okay, great, we're at IVF. So now what? And that sucks. Like, that sucks, because I mean, we're gonna have to stay for a really long time, and at that point it's like, great, Blake, you're gonna have a sibling, and there's gonna be a 5-year age gap, and like, I get that happens, and that's fine. And I mean, there's a 5-year age gap between Marcus and some of his siblings, but there's siblings in between, and that works for some people. But how you just have this like plan, your life plan, like that wasn't my plan, and that's what I think really that gets to me.
One thing he said about the IVF is that, besides how crazy expensive it is, that our situation would be good candidates for it, because they can, since she has a lot of follicles, they can get a lot of potential eggs, and that can, he basically said,
So he said we could freeze a lot so that
Right.
when I want to get pregnant, so when we're ready to do it again, we could just take that and transfer it.
but he said with how many follicles she has, we could have as many babies as we wanted. The issue is just getting her to ovulate, and that's why we
Yeah.
can't just have as many as we want now. So he basically, what it comes down to, he said, this is what I got from it. If we can get her to ovulate, she'll have no problem getting pregnant.
Yeah. But obviously, like, the ovulation is like a key.
I mean,
It's like a key part. So, biology lesson for Marcus and Jess today. But I feel like that's what our whole video was. I don't know. It was fine. I'm trying to be hopeful. I really, really am. I think I just went into it with the wrong mindset, and I really went into it with like, great, he's just gonna say, let's jump to IUI. Like, that's just how my mind was set on it. And I don't know. Now it's like, we're gonna do this. I feel like things are gonna suck, and then we have to do IVF, and that's like, then it's just gonna be a long waiting period of us saving money, and that's just
well, and I mean,
like, that sucks.
one thing is he said that she could just be ovulating late. Since she's never had a regular cycle, we could just be way off on when she's taking the test for him.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be taking the test 2 or 3 weeks early, and then
Probably
she
not
takes.
2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I'm just saying.
Periods are like a month long.
But not when they're irregular.
Not when
like
you don't
yours.
have one, I guess.
So the way I'm thinking is maybe she's starting the next round of Femara before she's even ovulated, and so it's throwing things off.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not science.
That's not science, because Femara is supposed to make you ovulate.
Well, yeah, but
Oh my gosh, I know. I don't know, and that's honestly, like, that's what we had the problem with Blake, and that's why it was discouraging, because I seriously took ovulation tests every day of the month when we tried with Blake, and I, like, never would get a positive.
don't recommend doing that because it's a lot of money.
Expensive.
But he did say that his favorite ovulation test was
Yes.
the
Clear blue, pink ones. So any of y'all out there trying,
He said that they have done studies and compared that one with
Mhm.
others, and that one had the best results. But he did say pregnancy test. It didn't really
he
matter,
said
right?
pregnancy tests don't matter.
But for ovulation test, clear
Blue, pink. Yeah. So there's the update. I don't know. It sucks.
The down date.
The down date. Trying to be hopeful though. So I'm on Femara again right now. Marcus loves me because of it. You know what though? Like, bless my mom's soul. The other day, as in yesterday, I called her. Marcus doesn't even know this. I called her and I was like, I told her like the plan, and she goes, just remember that those closest to you love you, and sometimes you say things that are hurtful. Oops. So yeah.
I'm just glad her mom said that and not me.
That just tells you I'm a crazy person. And our doctor said that it's very normal to have extreme hot flashes on it. So there's that too.
But it didn't say it was normal to be a jerk to your husband. She actually hasn't been that bad compared to last time.
I literally started last night, so.
Well, I'm saying when we were trying with Blake, you haven't been as
Oh.
bad this round.
That's
Although
nice
you
of
did
him.
get mad at me for something earlier today, and I didn't find any reason for it.
What was it?
I don't remember. I just blew it off because I knew.
Yeah, but there's the update, and we'll take you on our ultrasound next week. Our ultrasound's on Thursday, so Marcus probably won't be at it because he has work, but I will take you on our ultrasound because he can only miss so much work. Should I bring a dog?
He's a doctor.
Blake will be there. It's gonna be a real
She
fun
can
time.
Hold the phone.
Blake can hold the phone and record me. That's all. It's the Marcus Just Super Short Show.